Hey everybody, welcome to Nourish Life Warriors Friday Zoom call. We are pre-recording this one because we have a guest, Jessica, with us, and she is one of our members and also a friend, and we're all working together to help her on her healing journey. So we just wanted her to be able to tell her story because it's awesome, and she's such a fabulous woman, and we'll just kind of be conversational about it and just hear everything you are going through and everything that you're thinking about and how you can help others with your story.
Well, Julia, thank you very much. And I appreciate the both of you asking me to do this because, like I've told you both before, um, when I was first diagnosed with cancer, I didn't want anybody to know. I didn't want to be treated differently. I didn't want to be looked at as a statistic. Um, and so, but that mentality did not last very long because I thought, I can help somebody else. And so I'm an open book about it now. And I've had several people, thank me
Mm.
for sharing my story with them because it has helped them. And I know that's my calling. Um, but yes, the cancer journey started about 5 years ago and had recurrence. And my last one was, recently where they found some more melanoma. And I've gone through two treatments of the immunotherapy. And I always listen to what my doctor said
Mhm.
because it's what we did. That's what we've been programmed to do. But honestly, especially these last couple years, I know information has been out there longer about self-healing and, how you can change your nutrition and so forth. But I just didn't put a lot of effort into that myself until this last go round. And when my oncologist said they wanted to put me on a chemo slash immunotherapy oral pill, I don't know. There was just some tug in my gut that's just like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I listened to my intuition. And that is how I ended up talking with Molly and Julia about what are my options. And I've been needing to eat healthier anyways. And so, because I'm a very picky eater in vegetables, like, no, 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 not doing it. I still won't do pickles. No. But with what you guys have started me with and, showing me like how to enjoy my food. And like I told you the other night, how I ended up taking a picture of all these vegetables that I use for juicing, which I can't believe that I do juicing now
That is my
in this.
favorite part that you took, that you just like saw the beauty. You're like, ah, I get it. I took you a picture. It's amazing. Like,
Yes, I couldn't believe I did that. And then I find myself just kind of, sometimes even like talking to it, like, hey, thanks for being my friend today and thanks for tasting good, because it's all that, self-talk that getting those thoughts into your head and so forth. So,
Well, and one thing I was going to say too, just around food and juicing and how you've kind of changed to more of an alkaline based diet. Do you feel like your palate has changed a little bit, or just like the taste of foods, or like has that been a
yes,
difference at all for you? Yeah,
yeah, it has. Yes,
that
it,
normally happens.
yeah. And the one thing that I thought that I would struggle with was not having alcohol.
mm,
And it's because it's such a big part of just the socializing of where I'm at in life,
yeah.
Yeah.
at my age and so forth. It's like, friends text, call, hey, you want to meet for a drink? Sure.
Yep.
Always turns into apps and drinks, always, right? And I can go out and not drink and have a great time. Um, but I thought I would miss that. And so far, I haven't. Now, in the fall, where I like to bring out the red wine again, well, we'll test that when we get there.
I know, right? Like the seasonal celebratory things, it's gonna be
Yeah.
patio season here soon.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, are we gonna go have some wine on the patio? There's just always
Right.
that pull.
Right.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and you're in such an acute stage, of your detox process. So obviously you're not gonna do that now, but this the healthy things you're learning now during this stage are lifelong, and it doesn't mean you have to be on this way of eating forever, but you now have the tools, you now know, what's, you know, you have the tools and you now know what you can do long term. It's like, hey, if you have something here and there, it's like, okay, get back on track. I know the way to realkalize myself. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, especially, you can let us, tell the story about how, your updated, diagnosis and stuff like that. Like, lead us through that journey.
So, the latest diagnosis, well, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to 23 because that's when, oh, I call it the bad one, just in the sense of the surgery that was involved. And um, so I had the left neck dissection, and they took out 25 lymph nodes out of the left side of my neck. And three of those lymph nodes, the cancer escaped, which led to 7 weeks of radiation. And so January 26th of 24 was my last day of the treatment. But to this day, I am still feeling like numbness all through here and
Yeah.
back through here. And it's all from the radiation.
Yeah.
Um, and I didn't have a voice after that surgery. I literally did not have a voice, and I did not know if I was going to get my voice back.
Yeah.
In fact, my surgeon told me that most people that have the surgery do not get their voice back. So I
Wow.
feel incredibly blessed on so many levels for so many reasons. Um, and that's just another reason because I'm just like, it's a God thing for me. Like, I know that I'm here to help people.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he would have taken me already.
Yeah. Well, and
Um,
look at your mindset. We talk about, the healing mindset that people need to have in order to
mhm.
move into something like this and to take it on in a different way that's not conventional, that we're programmed and taught. And it's like, you didn't listen to him. You could have, in the past, maybe you would have listened to me like, okay, it's just, yeah, that's how it is. But you're like, nope, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to let that seed me, and you've just kind of
Right.
had that attitude now ever kind of since then, which is so important.
And I also come from a background is I spent 14 years in clinical trials.
That's right.
And so, I've been around that for a long time,
Mhm.
but I just have to listen to my gut and whatever that pull
Yeah.
was in my stomach, seriously, just like poking at me not to do it. And I haven't hesitated. And it's just like this, I know this is going to work. I
Mhm.
have faith. I know, I know, I know. I don't
Yeah.
question it.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't been too far in depth with our program yet. I mean, I think it's been what, 2 or 3 weeks since kind of getting started 100%.
Mhm.
And it's exciting because, as we talk weekly, like you've shared the wins and they've been amazing. And, we're walking through this with you and just, trying to build that community and support around you to do that. And so I guess, if there's some things that you want to share, maybe on just kind of some of the differences on this time around and maybe what you're experiencing
Hmm.
jumping into this program right away that maybe have surprised you or thought, gosh, maybe I didn't think this would be happening so soon, et cetera, with kind of the things that you've been experiencing.
Sure. I think for me too, because when I reached out to you, I was just like, what are my options? You gave some different options,
Mhm.
and then it's just like, nope, I don't want any kids' glove. Let's just both feet in and let's just get started with this. And initially, I was like, what the did I just do? Because I
Ah,
don't do vegetables. I don't do this. I don't do that. And I'm like, well, you paid for this, so you're going to do it now.
I love it.
You don't have a choice, Jess. You've committed. You bought the juicer. You are really committed.
No, you were. You are.
But um, but I was just in my own way.
Yeah.
Nobody else was. It was me. It was all in my head about, well, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to drink that. Um, it's a one. Just you need to get out of your own way
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that's been a roadblock for a long time.
right.
Um, but I also do believe uh, that faith has a really big play in it.
Mhm.
But I do appreciate how you do have options though,
Mhm.
and that you guys listen to me.
Yes.
Because I mean, you listened when I said that I was a picky eater,
Mhm.
and you're like, "We'll work with you," and you did.
Mhm.
But um, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
just looking forward to see what the next, 6, 9 weeks hold.
Absolutely.
Well, and you have the motivation of not wanting this to happen again. And
Absolutely.
once, you start working with us and you start listening and being educated on the why, it's just not something we made up. Like we actually have chemistry involved in this,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, once you understand the why we recommend what we recommend and how, then it's like, okay, our options are kind of limited right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, I can't be picky anymore because if I want to not go through the C word again, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I have to pick what's in this little, kind of itemized plate right now.
Right.
It's temporary, but it's way better than chemo, way better than radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually, it's kind of you're even enjoying it slightly, you're taking pictures of things now and so it's you've shifted.
It's not bad. I mean, I felt like I would be like starving myself, that I would be bored, that I would be just not feeling good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but it's not like that. It's not like that at all. But I also look at this is not a temporary thing for me. This is lifelong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I won't go back to bad habits
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I know where that could potentially land me, and I don't want to take that chance again. And I think about too, like every diet that I've tried,
Mhm.
but I just never really approached that with the lifelong, you know, I want it, it's like, I have this wedding coming up. I want to lose da da da, and then,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't meet that goal. Oh well. But this is totally, I'm just in a totally different place,
Yeah.
but it's a
Well,
good place.
a lot of our goal with this has been, to really give you the tools as
Mm-hmm.
the body itself is such a self-healing being that when we give it the right environment to heal itself and, the right foods, the right nutrition, the right nourishment, it will do that. And so the best part about all this is yeah, you're going through it and maybe you have some restrictions right now and things, but
Mm-hmm.
on the other side, I think with your testimony and what you want to do of then being able to have those tools to help other people and get on the right mindset of the same thing. And so
Yes.
that's the fun part in this is, you're growing in that way too, to turn around and help people and say, okay, let's do this if you're in a journey that I was in.
Yeah.
Or
Been
so,
there.
yeah.
Well, and one key component I want to add is key to me is, the first treatment of immunotherapy that I was on, it killed my pancreas. And so now I'm type 1 diabetic.
Yeah.
That was devastating. That was more devastating to me than cancer. The word cancer was the second round of cancer. Um, and I cannot get over the difference in my blood sugars by following what you have provided me
Hmm.
and the amount of insulin that I have saved. And, I just don't have those spikes. I don't go low. Um, and so for anybody out there in the diabetic world who is fighting that nasty disease, I would highly, highly encourage them to work with you both because I just cannot get over the difference with my insulin.
And what are you eating? What have we recommended that you consume?
Well, I do miss the salmon, but I have fallen in love with pumpkin seeds, which I never thought I would because not a fan of pumpkin at all. But um, I do eat a lot of pumpkin seeds, but I have been eating a lot of salad and um, but fruit. I've been eating a lot of fruit, a lot of grapes. I love frozen grapes.
Absolutely. And isn't that kind of interesting because we're told that don't eat fruit. It's terrible
Yep.
for sugar, terrible for cancer, terrible for disease, terrible for diabetics. Like they just don't have the same awareness of what it can do for our bodies when used properly and the correct
Mm-hmm.
way. And now you're having so many wins because you're cancer free, right? Like you've gotten that feedback from oncologists now.
Yes. Yep. But I am ready for watermelons. So we,
It's that season
Like,
soon.
yeah, moving on. We're
We're-
talking about watermelons now.
Yeah.
now we're right on to watermelons. Yes, because we're talking about food.
But that just shows, you didn't pick the pharma way, you didn't pick the chemical way. You've already been down that path. So,
Mm-hmm.
Western allopathic medicine, they have like three ways that they treat things. It's chemical, it's burning, or it's mechanical. They cut it out of you. Like those are the way, and you've been through them all. And
Mm-hmm.
how many times does this come back? You know?
Yeah. Just had my third one.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
did that fix the root? No, it didn't at
Mm-hmm.
all. So, the fact that you're taking this on, you're healing yourself with the toolkit we have given you and what God has given us on this earth to help us, and you're tackling it at the root. Yes, you're cancer free, but we're trying to stay that way. You're trying to stay that way. And as you've said, you're moving this into a lifestyle because you understand now, I want to be on the right side of chemistry. I want to be on that alkaline side. So I'm not
Yep.
going back there anymore. Give me the watermelons.
Yeah.
That's right. Grapes and watermelons. I'm good.
I know, it's amazing. I mean, she's such a juicer pro, we live locally in the same area together, so I, you know, helped her with her juicer and got her going and
Mm-hmm.
now she's a pro, so
And you had mentioned too a little bit with your results, just in like, changing up, not so much maybe lifestyle because we're doing the same things there, but like just with the diet changes and kind of detox stuff that you're on of like losing a little bit of weight,
Mm-hmm.
correct? That's kind of been
Yes.
weekly, kind of seen some scale changes. So
Yes.
that's also fun to kind of note too.
No, absolutely. But the
Oh
bloating
yeah.
is gone. I mean, it's
amazing.
just I don't know how to explain it. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And just that, I don't know, just fluff, extra
Yeah,
fluff, extra, just
I love it.
you don't feel weighted down
Yeah.
like before I started. It's just, and yes, the scale has moved, but not like, not like 20 pounds or anything. But it's just like almost just like a lighter in your step. It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That inflammation.
Yeah.
reduction, the puffiness, like you said, just kind of some of those things where, yeah, a lighter step. I like that
Hmm.
analogy. So,
Well,
um,
it's like your body was so stuck, it's your lymphatic system was stuck. It was in an acid state, therefore it was thicker and it wasn't moving. What it's supposed to clear out, and now you've cleared that log jam, so you don't have all that backed up fluid that can't leave.
Hmm.
So now you've opened up the pathways. Now it can do its job and flush, and so you're experiencing that now, and you can only get there from, being on the correct side of chemistry, which now you are. So it's just so fun to watch your journey and how quickly, because we haven't been working with each other for very long, but you're already seeing such fast results. But it is a testament to, like you're the ideal client. You're doing everything we are recommending. You're in a great mindset. You've gotten yourself there, mindset for healing. You're committed. You have a why. Like all these things, it's just not checking boxes that we give. Like you have to get there mentally and emotionally
Hmm.
too, and spiritually, like your faith. You're like, hey, we're the big guy, all of us, we're working together here. So it's
Yeah.
so fun to, have that synchronicity together with that.
And I feel like that this is the first time in my life that I have felt that though, where everything has been like cohesive.
aligned. Yeah.
Yeah. Just it's the reason why I'm having to do this, not so pleasant, but yet it's awesome. It's amazing in the same breath.
Right.
Mhm. Love
So
it.
amazing. Well, and as you move through this, as you keep seeing amazing changes and, you start, I mean, just we're here in Nebraska for, people who are listening to us down the road or just, whatever. Um, it's getting nice outside. You haven't
Hmm.
even been able to like get out and go really do your exercise that you love, because I know you like to do a lot of outdoor exercise and bike riding and stuff. Like this is
Hmm.
gonna like be even more exciting once you get out and do those things again. And it'll be really interesting to hear the feedback of how your body's responding now with those types of activity as you've been, cleaning up so much too. So that'll be really fun. You know, we're all out of our winter shells here.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I can't wait.
Bring on the sunshine, vitamin D.
Right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that'll be excited to see, that change too, because it affects all of us. So, your
Hmm.
warm weather definitely supports a healing journey for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
But I want to say thank you so much to you two for working with me because I mean, you have just opened my eyes so much to a world which I know that it's been out there,
Yeah.
you know, um, and you have such a good understanding about the lymphatic system because there's a lot of people that a lot of even people in the healthcare world
Right.
that don't know a lot about the lymphatic system.
Yeah.
And then I've had to learn a lot about it just because of this last surgery and
Yeah.
understand what it's truly, truly done.
Yeah.
And if had I known as much now, I probably would have said what begged for other options other than surgery.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it at that time.
Right.
Well, that's all they know. They can't give you other options. They would just be like,
Hmm.
okay, bye.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have no other options. They have their pills, they have fire, and they have surgery. That's what they have.
Well, and your body was doing what it was supposed to do. It was taking the toxin load and pushing it through the sewage system. It just got stuck here. And so traditional medicine says, oh gosh, take it out, get it out of the body as soon as possible. We're going to remove it. When
Hmm.
if we can go in and clean it up and flood the body with nourishment, a lot of times it'll push its way through, too. So it's just that they're not trained in knowing much about the lymphatic system, like you said, unless there's something, we specialize here in the States. If you have a heart issue, you go to this doctor, or this issue, this
Hmm.
doctor. we can't do that in order to truly heal. It's all about no cell, system, or organ works on its own. Everything works together. The physical, the emotional, all of it is intertwined. And the minute we start compartmentalizing is the minute we take away a true healing system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But
And with the lymphatic system too, didn't that just get kind of named as a system not too long ago?
it's the
It's
newest that they've named. And even in the last 15 years, they've really done a lot of research as to like, not only is it systemic in the body, but
hmm
they figured out this new lymphatic system in the head as well. And so, I think there's a lot more research, on this system now because they're starting to realize, oh, it is the immune system. It's the sewage
yes,
system. We've got to go after, we've got to look into this more. So,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely becoming talked about more, I would
right,
say.
right, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. You're more of an expert than they are.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I've done a lot of research on it because I don't like the impact that it had or the toll that it took.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to get outside, doing your thing, talking to all the people, and that's how you get yourself out there too, to just be like, hey, I'm here for you to talk to, so for anybody going through that, because you're gonna
hmm
be such an amazing further testimony as as you keep getting out there and being, because you just don't sit up at home. You're somebody who likes to connect with
Nope,
others, and you
I
love,
do.
yeah, you love hearing people's stories and telling your story.
hmm
It's just going to pass this knowledge and faith and confidence along to other people, that they know there's hope out there, that they don't have to go through what you've gone through. And maybe they already have some of that. Maybe they already have, kind of been through that as well, but they're done just like you were.
Right.
And how,
Yeah.
what are the, you can provide so much hope for.
hmm It's funny that you say done because I said that to somebody. I said, I'm just done. And that they
Yeah.
took that like I was going to do something like to myself.
Oh,
I said, no, 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 not that kind of done. No,
Right. Ready to
done with the traditional way of doing things.
no.
leave in.
I said, you know me better than that. I have a lot of life to live.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you're super motivated. You're doing everything the right way, and it's just been so fun
Yeah.
to see this working in you so much.
I would just like to add though too is um, how important it is for each person to really think about their own body and do research. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to go get a, second, third, fourth opinion. Um, because it was hard for me to say no. It wasn't hard for me to say no. It was the repeat phone calls that
Mm.
it was getting hard to continue to say no to. But
Pressure.
it is also getting frustrating because it's my life. It's my body.
Mhm.
I made the decision, so please respect it.
Yeah.
But just don't be afraid to have a voice about it. And don't be running off doing just because of what this is what one person said. If you're not comfortable with it, follow that instinct, follow your instinct and, get answers. But just don't do it because that's what the way it's always been done.
Absolutely. I feel like that's what I've heard too. So many people saying it's like they don't feel like they have time because, the doctors are like, basically, you're going to die if you don't see us. But you actually do have time. You have time to research. You have time to figure some things out, unless something's really pushing on something, emergently. You have time to figure this out and, to weigh different options and talk to people like you and that type of stuff. Then they hear about, well, I'm cancer free. I barely need the insulin. I I don't need I've been losing all the weight. I'm love vegetables and fruits now. I've learned a whole what different way to cook. They hear your whole story now. So So exciting.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think it's important to note too that, that's part of the reason why Julia and I called our group, Warriors, Nourish Life Warriors, is that just like you said, Jessica, you've got to become an advocate for your body and your own health because
Mm-hmm.
in today's world, if you're not, you'll just get lost in the phone calls, you'll get lost in the recommendations, you'll get lost in the doctor follow-ups, right? And
Mm-hmm.
until you take a stand in that, and that's part of our mission is to help and to do, to help you navigate that or do that, or if there's certain things or conversations that you have to have, it's like, okay, we want to help you be an advocate for your health because like you said, you've got this one body and this one life, and it's really up to you to take control of it. And so that's the warrior piece that we want to get across as well. So
Yeah, people don't realize they can say no to these
yeah,
doctors. They don't know.
yeah,
Right. Because I mean, I was that person.
right.
First go round, second go round, and then, I don't know, just was hearing little bits and pieces over here about this and that, and well, this person and this cancer, and I know that everybody is different, and so um, I don't know, but that last time though, all those little things that I had been hearing about, I'm like, you know what? I need to hit pause.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
need to hit pause.
Yeah.
So don't ever be afraid to take that pause.
love it. That's a perfect way
Good.
to end.
Yes. It's a great, great story and great mission for sure.
And just so you know, every day, a friend of mine, she made this beaded bracelet and it says warrior.
Mm,
Love it. Love
And
it.
she brought it over to me after I had my neck surgery. And I wear it every day.
Mhm. So good.
that's a kismet right there. I love it. God,
Yes. Oh, absolutely, God wink. Yes.
I love it. Well, you definitely are a warrior, and thank you for telling your story. This is
Thank
gonna be
you.
out there for people to hear and just to keep sharing. And I'm sure it won't be your
Hmm.
last time talking about this on a recorded a
Nope.
recorded way. So, but yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and
Yes. Thank you for the ask.
so excited to continue your journey with you. So,
And I'm here to help. So if you have other clients that, just want another perspective or hear my story or just information, things I've learned, I'm happy to help.
awesome. Well, thank you
So,
so much.
Yes,
yeah.
well, thank you, both of you.
Yes.
Good night.